writes again away, yeah? Right. So Teacher Max, the floor is yours. And
all right.
see you guys. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you, Chaprosi. Thank you for this opportunity. And hello, guys. Welcome to another session of your coding class. And teacher Maximum Jisha that is going to be taking you through. I would like to know if you're seeing my screen. That is the first thing I would like to know, please. If you're seeing my screen, just say yes in the chat. Okay. Okay, then. Thank you all. It's going to be mostly a one army class since I'm alone here. So instead of asking questions in the chat, please raise your hand, because when I'm alone here, it is hard to go back to the chat. So I would like you to raise your hands, then I'll always pause and ask you questions. Are we together? Okay. So I would like to know what you studied last time, the other last class. Yes, Joy, are you answering my question? Please unmute.
Teacher, I'm asking. Teacher, I wanted to know if this is a new topic because I've just joined.
You have never been to a coding class?
Yes, teacher.
But yes means what? Yes, no?
Yes, I've never been to a coding class.
Oh, okay. It should have been no, I've never been to a coding class. Okay, thank you. I've understood that. We have been doing the coding class for quite a while. So I'll show you the very basic things to begin with, and then we have to catch up. I think you're in the Google Classroom. You'll be seeing these videos on YouTube. You should check for the previous videos. Okay, but we'll put that into consideration. So I was asking, who remembers what we studied last time before your break? By show of hands, please. I'm not checking the chat, so you should be raising hands if you want to answer anything. Anyone? I would like to hear what you guys remember from what you did last. Ella. Oh. No one remembers what we did last time? Okay. If you guys don't remember, I is the okay. Angel.
Yes, teacher.
What did we study?
How to make hide and seek.
Oh, thank you so much, Angel. You are actually in class. Last time you studied with teacher Prosty, the hide and seek game. Wow, that's good. So, okay, that's good. Angel was remembering what we studied last time, the hide and seek game. So today, we are also going to do one more game, but I have options of the game that I would like to ask you. Which one should we do? Anyone heard of the maze game or the maze? The word maze? Yes, Yvonne. Angel?
Yes, teacher.
I see your hand up again.
What do you mean by maze?
A maze game. It's M-A-Z-E, not the maize that we eat, but the maze, M-A-Z-E. Have you ever heard of that? Probably no. So I would like to know the guys that are using laptops or phones. I want to be sure that some of you are going to be practicing as we are going on. Okay, Kyle, what's your question or answer?
Teacher, I was just asking, what lesson is this? Because I've just joined. This is my first time.
This is computer coding or coding class.
Teacher,
Yes.
first, teacher, let us not just let everyone first stop chatting on this group, on this thing, because they are just making us delay.
Okay. Fine. So please, let's first start. So those who have joined for the first time, it's unfortunate, but this is called coding, and this application we are using is called the Scratch. And Scratch is a coding or a computer programming application that is on Windows or personal computers. It is on mobile phones, it is on Mac and tablets. So you can download and install it on your computer or your tablet or iPad. Unfortunately, there is no app for the Android phone, which is not a tablet, but you can use a web. You can use the online version, which is found at the scratch.mit.edu. I think I'm going to turn off the chat for you guys since you're actually misusing it. I'm going to turn it off for a while so that you can focus. All right. Okay. So Scratch is as we study Scratch, we think that you're learning concepts of developing your own computer programs or computer games. You know, these days you always only had phones or your sister's phones or your parents' phones, the smartphones. You only use it to play games, to watch music, listen to music and watch videos. But that's not all that is into technology. So we are training you to rather become computer or tech creators instead of tech consumers. So when you're playing a game, you're consuming because someone else designed the game. But when you're creating a game, like for example in Scratch, you're becoming a creator. And that is more necessary in this 21st century. Okay, so before we begin, I would like to have just 1 or 2 questions from Angel and Katrina. Angel, what's your question? I see your hand up.
Can it be on a phantom?
Okay, if you are on any Android phone, either Phantom or Tecno, any other Tecno or itel, what you do is go to your web browser. And when I talk of web browser, I mean like Chrome, Firefox, Safari. and instead type this. I'm typing it in you follow that link of scratch.mit.edu.
Teacher, I cannot see it.
In the chat. Oh, sorry, I was sending it to.
Yes.
Okay, fine. I'm posting it. You follow that and you do online. You click on. For you who are using Android phones, you cannot download the app. You have to use the online version. So today what we are going to do, we are going to do a maze game. Please mute yourselves, Kyle. So, and the maze game, I don't know if you have heard of a maze game, but if you want to know what a maze is, we can make a small Google search here. So, are you able to see my Google Chrome? So when we talk of a maze, there's something like this, or this, or this. So you are like locked in a big room or a big house with very many rooms, very many confusing doors, and you have to find your way out. So that's what the maze is. All together. Okay. Are you people seeing my screen now again with Scratch? Esther, please tell me if you're seeing my screen. Esther seems away. Kyle, are you seeing my screen? Hello? Okay, Sebwami Katrina, do you see my screen?
Teacher,
Okay.
I was asking, is Scratch
So
an
let's do quick, since we really have little time. So what we are going to do in the maze game is that we are going to first create the maze. Yes? An app, yes, it is an application that you can install on your device in a room full of rooms and doors, or in a house full of rooms and doors, and you will have. And how do we create the maze? You come to backdrops. Backdrops is on this side, and then you say paint backdrop. You click on paint backdrop. Then you come here. this is what happens. So you see, we are going to create a maze and make sure you remove the outline. So by clicking in this, which means no outline. Then you use this rectangle tool. I'm going to ask questions, so pay attention. Use this rectangle tool, and then I know after drawing this, you're going to understand what we mean. So you design a maze in a way that it is like a complex thing or a complex house to go through. So I'm now creating my maze, and so when we are in a maze, we expect to have something at the end. Like for example, we are going to use it. So after painting the maze, you come back to your sprite. So you go to code. You click here on this code. Let me first see those who have raised their hands. Okay. Please, some of you are confusing. I don't know if these hands were to them now. But let's hear from Sarah. Sarah, what's your question? Aliti Sarah, please unmute and ask. Okay, Sarah
How
is
do we
not
do it?
there. Angel, what's your question? Please unmute.
Hello?
The maze that we are drawing. Hello. What do you mean by how do we do it? You mean the maze? Okay. Let me delete this so that we can repeat it again. I'm going to go to backdrops and I delete this. Let me first delete it. So, like I said, when you are in code here, this is the scratch area. Then you come to choose a backdrop and you don't click. Instead, you come to paint. Are we together? Then when you click on paint, you come and choose this rectangle tool, this one here. Then you start drawing your maze by just dragging. You click, hold, and drag. So you create your maze in a way that it is easy to pass through, yet so hard for some of the people to pass through. So you just draw it anyhow, but make sure that you'll be able to find the destination. So I'm going to draw it like this one now. You see? For example, that can be your maze. So have you learned how to draw a maze? Then after drawing this, you come and click here on code and go back to this area and it will appear in your stage here. Hazel, please ask your question. Hazel Della. Okay, maybe you're not there. Jasmine. Collins Kaziwe, ask your question. Okay, even Quentin is not there. So let's continue. So after you have created your maze, you know we have to have sprites. And for example, today, let's choose the beetle sprite. You go to choose a sprite, then you search beetle, and you click on it. Are you together? So, but when you look at this beetle, it is very big. Literally, it can't pass in any of these paths that we have created. So what you do, you resize it. So you when you're clicking in beetle, you come to this size 100, you make it like 60. So when you, okay, you guys, please give me a small time. I'll be right back. Okay, thank you for your patience. I'm back. So I hope some of you have been able to create a maze of your own. Have you? So after creating a maze, then you have your beetle or the agent that you want to go through the maze. You should be sure that the size you have created is small enough since there is going to be losing. So what you do, maybe I'm going to reduce this size to 50 so that it is actually smaller enough to do what? To go through this. Are you all seeing? I'm dragging it using a mouse so that I test it out. Okay. We have not yet written any code. And after that, we are going to create another prize for anyone who will drive this beetle through. Let me be back. Okay, I have these cases here, guys, trying to disturb me, but sorry for that. So let's continue. But I would like to see anyone with a question. Hazel, what's your question?
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
When I try to make it,
Mm.
I can't rub the things that are not needed.
Okay, if you want to rub, then here you see when you're in backdrop, here, and you want to rub anything, you use this eraser, this one, and maybe you rub something like that. You can rub it off. Have you seen it, Hazel?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so it is possible to rub. Okay, then you go back to code. So let's continue. So we are now going to write the code, but I said that we need to put the price at the end of the beetle if it goes through all the path correctly without hitting these walls. So these ones that we have been drawing are actually walls. So what you do, you come to choose a sprite. You can now put a platter, this fruit platter. We want that if this beetle goes through all these steps and it reaches here at the end, it finds the food platter. So we change the size to make it a little smaller to 60. And if it reaches this platter, then it will have 1. Are we together? Okay. So we start writing code. You click back on the beetle and you come here to code, we go to events and we say when a green flag is clicked, then what do we want this beetle to do? We want it to move forward. Yeah, for example, move 10 steps. And when I click the green flag, it goes forward. But remember, this time we are now creating a game. So instead of using the green flag as it has been usually, we are going to use the arrow keys on the laptop. Do you people know how to move the arrow keys on the laptop? Or do you know what arrow keys are? The arrow keys on the laptop are the ones that face this side someone faces down, another arrow faces on the left, and another arrow faces up. Those are the arrow keys on the keyboard. Okay, so instead of using this green flag the usual way, we are now going to use the arrow keys. So you go to events and you choose when space key is pressed, but this time we want the left, right, and the north, or north, south, and west, east, like that. We want it to go left, right, up, and down. So instead of when a space arrow is clicked, you say when a right arrow is clicked. So a right arrow is the one that points this side. So when a right arrow is clicked, you say move 10 steps. But where? You must first tell it first to face in that direction. So when a left arrow is clicked or a right arrow is clicked, then you say point in direction. Still under motion, you come and choose point in direction. Then you click in this 90 direction and you see now the left, it is pointing to the right. This arrow is pointing to the right, meaning that when we click the right arrow key, it should do point to the right. Are you seeing that? Then you move 10 steps. So when I now use my keyboard and press the right arrow key, the beetle goes to the right. Are we together? When I press any other key, nothing happens. But when I press the right arrow, it moves around. Okay. After that, I need to teach you a new other thing. Okay, someone is asking a question. Daniela Grace, what is your question?
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
Where is the right arrow key?
It is on the keyboard. This is for those who are using laptops and computers. If you're using a phone, it is not on the phone or tablet.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Go muting and then unmuting.
Please mute. So, I want to teach you another thing of what we call duplicating. Since we are going to use the same code, or literally the same code, but this time just changing a few things, instead of having to go back and saying that events when a space key is clicked, then we go back and say, we go back to motion and say point in direction and then move 10 steps. But this time we did the right arrow key. This time let's do the left arrow key. So when we say left arrow key, we click here and say point to the left, and the left, you know, is this side on -90. Then move 10 steps. So when I click my arrow key on the keyboard, it actually starts moving the other side. So instead of having to do that all the time, I would rather duplicate. I know we have 4 arrow keys, so these ones are 2. I duplicate this one so that I have the second thing. You right click on the topmost code block. Like this one, you right click on duplicate, and just paste it and just click down there after moving. So this is for the right key, for the right arrow, this is for the left arrow. So this one we do for up arrow, you change the direction to point up, that is at 0. The other ones remain the same. This one is for the down arrow. You click down arrow, you click here and you just point this down so that it is on 180. Now, when I want it to move up, I click the up arrow key. When I want it to move down, I click the down arrow key. When I want it to move left, I click the left arrow key. When I want it to move right, I click the right arrow key. My beetle is still too big, so I'm going to change to put it on 40 instead, so that it is actually small enough. And I put it here. Okay, so far, I want to ask to have questions. Mr. Eric, I see your hand up, please. Oh, okay, admin Eric, the one using that account, please.
Yes, teacher. Someone is naming admin
Yes,
Eric. Can you please delete for me that? I was just saying that, can you unmute for me? Can you delete for me the person who has named himself admin Eric? Ask that person his real name. That's what I wanted to say.
But it is you named admin Eric. Collins, what's your name? What's your question? Collins Kaziba.
No.
You don't have a question. Okay, Jasmine, please. What's your question? Unmute and ask.
Teacher.
Yes.
How can the beetle move in the walls?
This time we have not yet written the code to stop the beetle to move in the walls. So we are just making sure that the beetle moves, but we are going to add the code that stops it from moving in the walls. Are we together? So we are just coming. Thank you. Okay, so you see now it is not yet an actual game really, because the beetle is able to move through the walls, and that is not acceptable. So we need to make sure we add that. Okay, so we want to put the green zone or the safe zone from where to start, which will be this point, and the end zone, which is this fruit platter. So you go back to backdrop, you click here on the backdrop, then you come here and click on backdrops, and then you change the color here and choose green, so that we create our green zone. And then select the rectangle tool and draw a green field here. This is going to be our starting point. Are we together? And then after that, go back to code. So this beetle is actually here. So you first drag it and put it in this position. And we say that now we are going to write the code that begins with our famous green flag. And you say that when a green flag is clicked, then you go to motion and you say go to X. Make sure before you choose this, you first drag this in this green position. Then that's when you pick the X coordinates. Are we together? So that even if this thingy was here and I click the green flag, it appears in this. Even if it was here, when I click the green flag to start the game, it comes here. Are we together? Somebody is raising the hand. Jasmine, you still have a question? Jasmine, what's your question? Sorry, I didn't hear you well.
when the puzzle is
What
finished,
about
will
what?
the beetle get the food?
Sorry?
Will the beetle get the food? Will the beetle get the food?
Yeah, if you're good at the game, then you will make the beetle reach the food platter, the fruit platter. So we are going to see how to do that. You should be good at playing the game if you want the beetle, or else you're going to be losing. Oh, Teacher Prosi, I think you have a question. Please unmute. Hello. Okay. Teacher Prosi, we are waiting for you. Whenever you're ready, you can unmute and ask. I don't mind interrupting. Okay. So we have said that we have put a green flag, and we know that when we are here, when we press the left, the right, it goes to the right, down, it goes down, left, it goes left, up, it goes up. So we are able to navigate through these words, in fact. Are we together? But when you knock the walls, you should go down. The game should be over. So let's start now writing the actual code for the game functionality. So as we said, when the green flag is clicked, go to this. Then for our code to really work, you see our code is split in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For our code to work, it must be in a loop. For our conditions to work, if it knocks here, it should what? Say game over. So we are going to go to control. When you go to control, you bring this forever loop and put it just here. Are we together? So this is now where you write the if statement. Teacher Prosi, please ask. You're muted on both. Eric, I'm muting you. Someone is even impersonating Eric. Okay, fine. So this is where we write our conditional statements. And you know the conditional statements are the if, then. Okay, so in a forever loop, we are going to say that if this beetle, you see we are writing code for the beetle, if this beetle touches this wall, then the game should be over. Are we together? So you say if, and you bring it in the forever loop, then. So we want to say that if this beetle touches the wall, then the game is over. So what to do that, you know, sensing, touching is under sensing. You come to sensing and you choose this code block of touching color. So you say if touching color, which color is going to be the color of this wall, then do something. So for you to be able to change this color, you click on it so that it is the same as the color of the wall, and click on this. This icon is called a color picker, meaning that when you click on it, the next thing you click on, it will be the color that will be filled here. So we are going to pick the color of the walls. So you click on this color picker, and then you come and reach the wall, and then click it. So the color of the wall is now actually in this color. So if the beetle touches this color, then you should say game over, and you go back to the starting point. So you go to looks and choose this say hello for 2 seconds, you drag it and bring it here. But instead you click in it and you remove the word hello and you say game over. And when you say game over, so you go to control and you say stop and you bring this. If it touches the wall, say game over and stop all. Okay, let's now do that. So I click the green flag, the beetle is in the green zone. I start moving it. I want to reach the food platter. I'm pressing the right arrow key. Now I'm pressing the down arrow key to move. But incidentally, I keep pressing the down arrow key and I reach and I hit the wall even now. And you see now, we still have some control that we are missing. It is still moving, meaning that if we want to avoid that, we shall put the control. So when it says game over, it should go back to the position. So I'm going to come and I duplicate this and I bring it here. Oh no, let me not use that. You come to motion and use glide to this position. So you first drag it back or you click the green flag so that glide 1 second to that position. So that when I click the green flag and I move and I hit the wall, it says game over, then it goes back to that position. When I come, I click, I go and hit the wall. This is not working because the green flag is not clicked. So we are going to actually remove this and put it after. After the inside the forever loop, not inside the if loop. So when I click the green flag, I'm still testing it out. I'm going to tend to your questions. Game over. Click the green flag. Wait. Okay. Okay. Fine. Let me see your questions. Ingabire Sarah, you have a question? Please ask.
Teacher,
Yes.
I'm going to create scratch, but not allowing me.
You want to create a what? I didn't hear that word.
I want to create scratch.
On which device? You're using a phone?
Yes, a phone.
If you're using a phone, what you're going to do, you're going to go to Chrome or your web browser, any web browser you're using. Do you understand what a web browser is?
Yes.
Then you type in this URL that I've put in the chat.
Okay.
Have you seen the URL I've put in the chat?
Yes. Yes, teacher.
When you click that on your phone, and then it will open up the Scratch website, and there is admin Eric, you have a question? Okay. Shireen, please.
I wanted you to warn for me a participant naming himself admin Erickson.
Okay, I heard that. Okay, Shireen. Anyone who is naming himself admin Erickson, please stop. Put your real name.
I was asking.
Yes, Shireen, what are you asking?
How can I create Scratch on the laptop?
When you want to install,
how can I create Scratch on the laptop?
Okay, I heard that. Thank you, Shireen. So if you are using a laptop, the same thing applies to you. Please go to this URL in your web browser, like Chrome or Firefox. Then there is going to be where to download it. Let me actually show you. Someone is speaking, but we can't hear them well. Shireen. So like I said, I'm going to copy the URL and paste it here and press enter. Are you all seeing my Chrome browser? Okay, now you're seeing it. Now you're seeing my screen. So if you're using a phone, you just click here on Start Creating. For phone users, you click here. For those people who have a laptop, if you have a laptop, you just do the download. You come here and put a / and say download. So it will come and show you how to download or where to download from. For those using Windows, you click on Windows here, it will download. If you're using Mac OS, you click here. Chrome OS, you click here. Android, when you have a tablet, you click here. Are we together? Okay. Then let me share my Scratch so that we can continue. Okay, Angel, you have a question, please ask.
I don't have a question.
What do you have? Okay. Then who is this Kid Danger? Kid Danger, please ask your question or anything you have.
Teacher, I've clicked, but mine is not working properly.
Where have you clicked?
On the link to the Scratch, it has said Scratch image program. Should I wait or I just leave?
Scratch image program?
Yes. Should I wait or I should leave?
It depends on your internet speed.
That's
Because instead of Scratch image program, it should be bringing Scratch, create, explore, ideas about, start creating, join. So you should first leave that and try again.
Teacher,
Okay, let's continue with the
Teacher.
class.
Teacher.
Uh-huh. Hello? I didn't hear you.
Teacher, I'll ask another question if I'm having problems. Thank you. Teacher, I should form my own maze if it shows what you've just said.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay. So, like I was doing here, when I click the green flag, the beetle comes to this position. I start moving it depending on where I want to go. But when I incidentally click on the, when it hits the wall, it says game over and takes me back to the previous position. So I try again. This time I don't want to knock the walls. I want to go through so that I can reach the fruit platter. So I find my way that can take me to the fruit platter until I reach it. Then I can. Now you see, the problem with the size that we have here in this maze is that this beetle can't go through. So I'll edit my maze and try to grab something from here so that it is big enough for my beetle to go through. Then I go back to code, click on the beetle, click on the green flag, and I try to move. Then I come, then I go. And I come, and I can safely reach the fruit platter. Nothing happens. So we should write some code to show that you have won. So I come back to write the code showing for winning. We also put it in an if loop. So you come to control, you choose another if. Be careful, you put it below this if. It should be below. Then you go back to sensing. This time we choose if touching this first thing, not touching color. If touching, you choose that, you drag it and place it there. Then you click this mouse pointer and actually click on fruit platter, because we know when it touches the fruit platter, it's when we have won. Then we go to looks and choose this say hello for 2 seconds, careful, and put it there. And you say you win. Congratulations. Over congrats. Like that. So this is the maze. I click the green flag, goes to that position. I move. I come, I want to hit the fruit platter so that they say I've won. I move. I come and then reach the fruit platter and they say you win. Congratulations. So that's the game that we are going to focus on today. If you have not understood it, ask questions. This is the entire code that we have. We started by creating a maze in the backdrop, this one. Then we went back to code, we added a beetle, we added the fruit platter, and we made the beetle size small enough to go through these walls. And every time you want to start the game, you have to first click on the green flag. So the code is going to be displayed up here. And I'm going to open the chat for your questions, and you still can raise the hands. So let me open the chat for you guys. If you have questions, you can type in there. Meanwhile, as you're also looking at the code and doing what is necessary. If you have any questions, ask them in the chat and or raise the hand. Okay, Elijah Ballo.
Guys, whoever is sharing their screen should get it off right now. Let me see. I don't even know who it is. Teacher Max, we can't hear you.
But that account I was seeing, okay. So please, whoever is using admin Eric's account, I think you're doing something wrong. You should not take away my admin rights. Remember that.
Teacher Max, we can't hear you.
Check. Do
Your
you
network is bad.
hear me? I'm even not. Oh God.
Teacher Max, your network is bad. We can't hear you. Okay, guys, as we are waiting for Teacher Max to figure out his network, I'm going to ask anyone. I am seeing people have their hands up.
How about now?
Yes. You're breaking again. Teacher Max, you can leave and then join again, yeah? I'm going to be here. So let me first take on the questions as Teacher Max prepares, yeah? So I'm seeing Elijah. Elijah, please unmute and ask your question, please. Oh, yes, Elijah. Sorry, unmute again. Yes, Elijah, I can hear you. Yeah? Elijah, please speak up. All right. So as Elijah is trying to figure out how to ask the question, maybe I can ask Kid Danger. Kid Danger, your hand is up. So please unmute and tell me your hand is up.
I just wanted to ask, are you hearing
Yes,
me?
I can hear you.
So I'm talking about this scratch link.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
So if it brings all those words about, then join, add, maybe something like about, what should I click? If
I
all those
think
words
create.
come, what should I click?
I think create.
Yes.
Yeah, click create.
Yes.
Click on
Okay.
create.
First one I want.
Okay. All right, Elijah. Let's see, JB. JB, your hand is up. And then after we'll go to admin Eric. JB.
My code is not working.
All right. Are you using your computer or you're using your cell phone?
I'm using the computer.
Can you be able to share your screen?
No.
So you can cross-check and see what Teacher Max has done and follow it very well. So as you can see, the video has a code.
Thank you.
So I would like to know what exactly is not working. Are the keys working?
They're working.
So what exactly is not working?
Yeah. Thank you. I've finished.
Okay, sure. Okay. Teacher Eric, your hand is up.
I wanted to say, one for me, that person naming as admin Eric.
You're the one whose name is admin Eric, yeah?
There is another person naming.
So who is this?
And he's a host.
It's not you.
No.
So why is your name named admin Eric? Let me see. Oh, it's not you. Please just get your name right so that you do not confuse people here. All right, so what is your question, Eric? Yeah?
No, that's all I wanted to say. I don't have question.
All right, okay. Let me also ask one last person. I think it's Elizabeth. Okay. Elizabeth, you can unmute.
How can I put the game?
How can you put the game? What do you mean? Please elaborate more. Huh?
Pardon?
What are you using? How can you put a phone? So Teacher Max, please share the link in the chat so that
since I'm not yet a co-host, I can't even chat. Maybe you also enable the chat in security.
Where is Eric? Here tracks back the post to the next person, but I don't know what happened today. Let's see.
There is also someone impersonating. It's also causing a lot of confusion.
Yeah, I've asked him or her to remove, but no.
When you go to participants, there are two. I don't know, since you're co-host, can you rename? I think we need admin Eric's number. He might not be in the class. The teacher Eric one.
Yeah.
The co-host cannot make co-host.
No. A co-host doesn't have the right to make co-host. I can't make co-host.
Okay, so what I was saying, you guys who are a little confused, the first thing you have to do, if you have exactly this code, make sure that the green flag is clicked. If it is not clicked, some of the parts won't work, since this code that is under the green flag only works when a green flag is clicked. So make sure the green flag is clicked. Then you can use these arrow keys to move it, so that when this green flag is clicked, this code that is in if statements can be executed. Like, for example, when I knock on the wall, it should say game over and then go back to the the normal position. And we can do a lot and make this one a real life game. Yes, we started with just moving. We added the control, the if loops, to make sure that it has a starting and a condition that puts it an end, that is when it knocks the walls. You can even put scores so that whenever you move, or the number of moves, so that the one who does with the least number of moves has won. So every time we can add score such that, no, not score actually, this is like moves. You know, when you're playing moves, when you're playing a game, the lesser the moves, the better. Like for example, in such a game. So we want you to use the shortest path possible. So we put the variable of moves, and we see in how many moves can you reach the fruit platter. But before we do that, I need everyone to be able to understand and explain and redo this. Anyone who is lost? Oh, I see Kid Danger is now a co-host. Whoever is making this, I don't know. Kid Danger is a co-host. Please help me unmute those who have raised their hands up. Kid Danger, do you know how to do that? And if Eric is here, please make me co-host again. Because I see someone has made Kid Danger the co-host.
Hello, Eric. Eric, are you there? Teacher Eric.
I see Kid Danger is now co-host. I don't know who has made him the co-host. I wish Kid Danger could follow instructions. Kid Danger, please unmute your microphone and speak. Unmute. I want to tell you to do something.
Teacher Max, what do I do?
You go to security and enable chat.
I can't.
On those after the microphone, the video, there is that shield.
I'm
The
just
shield.
seeing that I can only enable the waiting room.
You can. They are ticks that they are. There is chat. There should be a tick. Then sharing a tick. Are you able to change that?
No, not really. That is, I think, for the
when I was co-host, I was able to do that. So I wanted this Kid Danger.
Let me try it. Let me try it.
Yeah.
Okay, is it now working?
Okay. Yes, now chat is enabled.
All right.
Okay, please, you are raising the hands. Instead, now you type in the chat. Since now I can't unmute you or what, you can type your questions in the chat. It is now enabled. Teacher Kid Danger is not co-host, he renamed. And now who renamed Kid Danger? Oh my God, there's a lot of confusion in this class, but yeah, we have to maneuver. I want to see the questions of those who have not understood this code, please. Kid Danger, please unmute your microphone and speak.
He's
And
not
I
a
see you're the
co-host, by
co-host,
the way.
but I see it
Just
on
renamed
my.
themselves the co-host. So let me
Yeah,
just
he
pause what I'm
renamed.
doing. Let me just pause what I'm doing and we take on questions. Please, guys, don't say a lot in class. Let's see. Someone is, please, if you have a question, yeah. So I'm
Yes,
going to
Daniela.
unmute a few people. Let's see. Unmute. Susan. Susan, please say what you want to say.
I don't know.
Really? Teacher?
Yes, hello everyone. I want to tell you an announcement. Can you all unmute and you say that, okay?
Kid Danger, stop that.
Yes, you can put another fruit, Daniela.
Kid Danger, what are you doing?
Masiko, can you unmute?
Okay, so Ingavire Sarah, you're saying that you have understood? Okay, that's good. Yeah, those who want the WhatsApp group link, we shall talk to Teacher Eric. He will share it with us and we'll share with you. Who says that they cannot see? I hope my screen is shared and you can see the screen. We have a problem with the two admin Erics. So one is real, one is fake, and one is admin, so we don't know. Okay. The one who calls himself hello, that is also wrong. You should put your real name so that we understand each other. Hey, so what is not clear?
Yes, Maxim.
Yes?
Yes, please.
We have been having problems here. I'm not co-host and I can't do anything. And someone is also renaming as the admin Eric. So we are confused and we are in a dead.
Someone had given.
Please make. Someone had really hijacked us.
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay, now we are back on track. That is good. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay then. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric.
Okay.
Okay, so Esther and Deborah, teacher, we don't understand and help. I would like to help. Please ask the real question. Where don't you understand? Esther and Deborah, please unmute your microphones. Raise your hands first unmute your microphone and I ask you, Esther and Deborah. Okay? Matt, please ask your question.
Yes, teacher.
What are you saying?
Teacher, I can't hear you.
No, you can hear me. See the fact that you're repeating after me.
I'm not here.
Okay, Martina Pretty. Martina Pretty. What's your question? Martina. Okay, for Esther and Deborah, they're asking how to make the maze. I hope you guys can see my scratch screen. So how to make the maze? What you do, you come to backdrops. Then there is this button of choose backdrop. You don't click on it. You just come up here and you click on paint. When you click on paint, then you select the color of the maze that you want. And then you click on the rectangle and you start drawing the maze. Start drawing it. It doesn't necessarily look like the other mazes, but you do what? You just create your own maze, but make sure there are pathways. What I mean, make sure that now you know you can go through here, you 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 come. Maybe this is the fruit platter. So you should have that in the mind as when you're creating the maze. Okay, I hope, Deborah, you understand me with your friend. Oh, good, I did. Okay, it's okay. Okay, any other question? Let me check in the chat. Whoever is abusing their owners, please stop. And since you guys are not typing question in the chat, I'm going to disable it again, though it was a problem. In the Google Classroom, yeah, there is always work in the Google Classroom, so you can always check. Akoro Elizabeth, I didn't understand your question when you said, can I join the game? What were you meaning exactly?
Max,
Yes.
I can now unmute. My internet went off, so I can unmute. Oh, you are host already.
Actually, Mr. Eric came and solved the stuff. Thank you.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay,
so I'm good to go. I can disappear again, yeah?
There is someone asking the class code. I think it is for Google Classrooms.
Now we are still working on that.
Okay, fine.
I want to text it there.
There is someone who has posted 619. I don't know if that is it. But yeah, teacher Eric is going to help with questions about classroom, WhatsApp group, if there is any. And if there is, we shall share the links here. Is it the same as yesterday's?
No, they are different.
They are different. So we shall get the new link soon. Okay, so I was showing Esther and Deborah how to create a maze, and she says, yes, teacher, thanks. So meaning you have seen. Okay, that's good. So on this code, before I add any other complication, I'd like to know that everyone is fine with it and they can move the beetle around their maze. Are we together? Okay, so they have Martina Prit, I've not understood your question. And the class groups have been shared for the Google Classroom, P4, P5, P6. Thank you, Mr. Eric. Any other questions? Matti, what's your question? Please unmute and ask.
Yes, teacher.
What's your question? Elijah is saying that you don't see the coding subject on the Google Classroom. I don't know, that is going to be worked on. I will check also. I don't know all the details about that. But please just ensure that you know the YouTube links, because all the classes that we do are recorded and they are on YouTube, and YouTube you can get it anytime, anywhere, and do a recap. Mark Mukua Biansi, I don't know what you're meaning by that message. We go, teacher. Please unmute and ask what you mean. I don't understand that. Mark, and whatever you meaning. Okay, so like we said, that you can add a variable, for example, to know in how many moves have you been able to reach the fruit platter. Remember, the rest of the moves, this time it is the winning, unlike the score. Those who say that they don't have YouTube, you don't need to have YouTube to do what? To watch anything on YouTube. You just have to have the link. Yes, in Gabire Sarah, we are going to share links. Mr. Eric is going to share the links to the YouTube channel so that you can always go there and watch the lessons. So to add score, the number of moves, those have to be variables. So you come to variables and click on make variable. You can name it move or moves. And you just bring it and maybe put it like there. Then every time you press the arrow key of any direction, it should do increase the number of moves. So you just say change moves by 1. Put it there, put it on every arrow key. Not set, but change. So that every time I click the green arrow key, that is 1 move. The left arrow key, right? Those are 3 moves. Meaning that you don't need to make unnecessary moves when you're playing this game. You should be precise to the point. When you knock there, then that is over. So that means you're dead. And every time you finish, it should set the move to 0. So you go back to variables. So every time it touches the color, then you set moves to 0. So I'll come and touch the color, then it moves to 0. And I move. The moves are increasing. Since I've not failed. The moves are increasing until I touch the fruit platter, and I'll have made that in 104 moves. That is just the learning about variables. We shall look at that in detail. So you all have seen the YouTube link. Sarah, I hope you have seen it. Okay, so we are going to remove screen sharing. Thank you, Elijah. Precious and Kylie, why did you end the meeting? We are soon closing up if you don't have any questions. Akora Elizabeth, you don't need YouTube. You just have to have this link. Just save this link. Okay, guys. If there are no more questions, please. You check out the YouTube. And you can always ask questions. Okay. Grace, ask the question, and then we are closing. We are soon closing. And then.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
Is the work on Google Classroom?
It is actually on YouTube. It is not yet on the Google Classroom. So you use the YouTube link. Please save it somewhere and watch the class.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. Who else? Daniela, Grace, I think you have just asked. So that's it, guys. See you next week, same time. Be prepared. Otherwise, have a nice evening. Bye. You can now leave the class.
Thank you, Maximo.
Okay, thank you so much, Eric.
All right, learners, you can say bye to your friends and we meet tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. Bye,
Winnie,
Bye, everyone. Bye.
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 Bye, everyone.